millions of dollars of out-of-state money funded by organizations like George Soros funds are pouring money into this state, trying to convince you that Amendment Number 2 is bad for Louisiana. You have entrusted us and the legislature, and all last year we worked to reduce crime, to improve our education, and to improve our economy. And to keep that momentum going, we need you to go out and vote yes on Amendment Number 2. Don't believe the Soros money. Vote yes, Amendment Number 2.
This is Curtis James Jackson. You might know me as 50 Cent. I have a special message for the people of Louisiana. As you may have heard, I'm now a proud Louisiana property and business owner working hard to bring film and television industry back to Louisiana. I'm working because I have an opportunity to use my influence and make real change in the communities. I want to see more jobs and prosperity in the state of Louisiana. This is why I support the Amendment 2 on your ballot this Saturday.
In Louisiana, there's an election tomorrow that deals with 4 constitutional amendments. These amendments deal with changing the tax law, establishing specialty courts, changing the dates of judicial elections, and things along those lines. Now, these, of course, we talk about constitutional amendments. That means that they're actually going to be placed in the Constitution. Okay, that means that's the law. It is very, very hard to actually change that. Well, you got folks there who are in Louisiana, African Americans, who have really been going around the state, really holding town halls and trying to get our folk to understand the impact of these elections. In fact, the PowerCoalition.org, they've been working with Gary Chambers Inc. to do so. This is a graphic they put up. You can access. I put this on all my social media outlets, y'all. So you can go grab it from my Instagram page, my Twitter page, fan base, Snapchat, TikTok, Facebook. I posted on all of them. And so they're saying say no to all of the constitutional amendments. You see at the bottom right here.
Okay, we'll get them all loading right now. So Amendment 1 was, this would have granted the Supreme Court jurisdiction to discipline out-of-state lawyers for unethical practices in the state and allowed the legislator to create specialized trial courts not limited by geographic boundaries. Voters rejected it with only 35% voting yes and 65% voting no. Amendment 2 was a major revision to the state's tax and fiscal policies under Article 7 of the Louisiana Constitution. It proposed capping the state income tax rate at 3.75%, down from 4.25%, doubling the standard deduction for seniors, limiting government spending growth, and making teacher pay raises permanent, among other changes. It was a priority for Governor Jeff Landry, but faced opposition due to its complexity and potential impacts.
So they didn't want to lower the state income tax?
They didn't want to cap the state income tax, and they didn't want to. They voted against. They voted against doubling standard deduction for seniors, and they voted against limiting the government spending growth. So they don't want to limit government spending, and they voted against making teacher pay raises permanent. They voted against giving teachers raises.
So they didn't want to give teachers raises. They didn't want to put a cap on the state income tax.
They didn't want to limit government spending, and they didn't want to double the standard deduction for seniors.
I guess they want to continue to live in poverty.
Yeah, well, I got this.
You gotta also realize you don't know how people getting these information.
Exactly, they're getting it from like this.
That's crazy. Look, this is Amendment 3 on there. It said would allow the Louisiana legislator to decide what crimes could lead to a juvenile being tried, but on here it says this amendment aimed to give the legislator the authority to determine which felony crimes. Oh well, yeah, that's exactly what it is. They were against that. It says allow the legislator authority to determine which felony crimes committed by juveniles to under 17 to be prosecuted as an adult, removing a specific list of 16 crimes from the Constitution.
Any state with high crime rate, they need that.
It says it was opposed by groups advocating against harsher juvenile sentencing.
So they just want the kids to go out there and kill each other.
Yeah, they don't want the juveniles that commit crimes to be tried as adults. I don't know. They got a crime rate. They got a crime rate out. They got a high crime rate out there. Something's got to be done for that.
You knew what you were doing.
Well,
something's got to be done about that.
I seen a video. They said, hey, this is probably a liberal take. I even seen Charleston say something about it, but he said they still adolescents. Sometimes they don't realize what they're doing at the moment of the time.
Yeah, but you kill somebody.
You don't know. Hey, that is
bad. Bro, they literally kill somebody. Like, yeah, you may have messed up, but somebody's dead. Somebody's dead now.
If you give me a gun at 10 or even 8, and I'm mad, I'm not shooting nobody.
Because I'm
not gonna do that. Like I know the consequences early.
I'm not gonna lie. The Louisiana voters came out in
Unless niggas are dumb, and then we can always just,
in a
so we gonna give
huge
them,
amount to
benefit
vote
of the
against
doubt.
this. There is a bunch of them that voted against this.
Yeah, I seen everybody
let's see what
posting
Roland
it from
says. Let's see
Louisiana.
his
So they
problem.
gonna continue to.
Amendments. You see at the bottom right here, you got any problem
their own
voting,
city.
call 866-OUR-VOTE. You also have, of course, how you can find your polling place and district. You go to powercoalition.org/vote. And so, and again, so activist Gary Chambers Jr. has really been focused on this. So Gary hit me up today, and he said
y'all know
that,
Gary.
these Republicans are real scared. And so they have been using, of course, using text messages that have been going to black
Gary
folks.
be
I saw
smoking
some of them
woods.
posted on social media. They don't even live in Louisiana, and they got a text message. And so you might say, well, who are they utilizing? Who are they having push stuff out? Would you believe rapper 50 Cent? Now, 50 Cent just signed a 45-year lease agreement for his studio buildings in Shreveport, Louisiana. This is the video Gary sent me that they have been sending around with 50 Cent backing one of these constitutional amendments. I want y'all to listen.
Of course he is.
This is Curtis James Jackson. You might know me as 50 Cent. I have a special message for the people of Louisiana. As you may have heard, I'm now a proud Louisiana property and business owner working hard to bring film and television industry back to Louisiana. I'm working because I have an opportunity to use my influence and make real change in the communities. I want to see more jobs and prosperity in the state of Louisiana. This is why I support the Amendment 2 on your ballot this Saturday. You should too. Don't let anyone confuse you about the Amendment 2. It gives teachers permanent pay raise. It doubles senior citizens' tax deduction. This is all good stuff. Voting in favor of the Amendment 2 makes common sense.
Tell me the part,
and this is a
Roland.
bipartisan effort. Every Louisiana State Senate Democrat voted to get the Amendment 2 on the ballot. This one is about the people coming together. This is Curtis James Jackson. You might know me as 50 Cent.
Okay.
I have a special message.
All right, well, again, 50 Cent just showed up in Louisiana very recently. Let's talk to somebody who is a lifelong resident of Louisiana, activist Gary Chambers Jr. So, Gary, you sent me that this morning.
Smoke woods.
So you heard 50 Cent there talking about Amendment 2.
You never seen him before?
This is from the Power Coalition.
No, we seen him.
They say this amendment would
He's on
change
campus.
some of Louisiana's rules about taxes, government spending, and teachers' pay. It is a grab bag of changes, but at its core, it cuts funding for early, special, and K-12 education, as well as roads and infrastructure maintenance. Explain.
Thank you again, Roland, for having us be a part of this conversation. You know, I wish 50 would have tried something else today other than interfering in our politics. But the reality is, it's about what's good for him. But the truth of this is, Roland, they are restructuring the entirety of our tax code to help people like 50 Cent. Out-of-state business owners are going to be able to get more money in tax deductions in order to pay for this.
Wouldn't that boost
People
y'all's
who are
economy?
working
Wouldn't that
class
make
folks,
people
school
come to the
teachers,
state?
bus drivers, people who are auto mechanics, people who are people that work in restaurants. You're going to end up paying more in taxes because they're taxing more things in sales taxes. Teachers, this is a stipend
much more in taxes,
that they're going
though?
to make permanent. It
taxes
is not
are
a
high.
raise. Teachers are not going to get any additional money in their pay. And a matter of fact, because of the changes in the sales taxes, their money is going to get ate up in more taxes rather than a serious substantive
They
raise
do need
for our
more teachers out there.
Roland, this has gotten so desperate for the governor that he was at the White House the other day, caught on a hot mic talking to Mike Johnson about this issue. And that's why they call 50, because at the end of the day, 50 is a businessman looking to advance himself in his business. And I don't have an issue with 50 coming to Shreveport and doing business. I don't have an issue with him buying up property. I don't have an issue with him attempting to revitalize Shreveport. I do have an issue with you saying that this is something that's good for us because you heard it from some white politicians in our state. I would also tell you that Democrats in the state Senate did vote for this, but ask black folks in the state of Louisiana if they showed up overwhelmingly for the Democrats that are in the Senate. The answer is no. We've had abysmal voter turnout in this state over the last couple of years. We've never had, in Baton Rouge, I looked this up recently, Roland, in Baton Rouge in the last 20 years, there's not been a single legislative race where 50% of the people showed up to vote. So it's telling me that a senator supported this is not telling me that this is what the people of the state of Louisiana support. Also, right now, 37% of turnout in the state of Louisiana is black. If 12 to 15% of white people agree with what black voters are saying right now in this state, we end up defeating the governor and sending a message to him and the state legislature that you got to do better than this. The other thing is, we don't need confusion. We're telling people to vote no on all 4, to have 50 come in and say vote yes on 2. That's entering in confusion to a simple message, no on all 4, because they're all bad for the people of Louisiana.
Is number 3 might be bad?
None of them are actually
Number
bad.
3, I'll tell you.
That's the one about the kids.
Number two confused me.
Number
three was with the criminals. Number 4 was the amendment proposed using the earliest available election dates.
Yeah, I don't care.
I don't know why that one's bad.
I don't really care about that. But what was one again?
One is the amendment granted the Supreme Court to discipline out-of-state lawyers for unethical practices in the state.
So to stop corruption.
Yeah, so to prevent people from coming out of
2
state.
and 3 is probably I would say the ones that 50 might agree with.
Nah, he probably, you don't know about.
I don't understand why people think 3
agree with 2.
harsher punishment for juveniles is bad. Like if you have a bunch of bad juveniles in your state and they're causing a lot of trouble, what's the solution?
In Texas, you can be tried as an adult for.
Yeah, what are you supposed to do?
I think they can be tried as an adult, but now it says they can decide which crimes. So now they can say, okay, all the juveniles doing this are going to be tried as an adult. And I think the people have a problem with that.
I mean,
so they voted against giving teachers a pay raise, and then
the amendment 2 would have been against giving them a pay raise. So they voted in favor of them getting a raise.
The Republicans.
Yeah, it said the amendment proposed not making their raises permanent. It says.
Yeah, so giving them a raise if they want one.
It proposed capping the state and making. Oh wait,
yeah, it gives them.
It says it does make their pay raises permanent.
Right. So they need more teachers. So if you pay,
why the hell did they vote against that?
Exactly.
I was confused. I was thinking the amendment was
infrastructure.
So this brings down the state income tax, doubles deductions for seniors, and limits government spending and gives teachers a raise.
And y'all don't want that?
What?
No. Yeah.
Hey, continue.
Did that say anything about the roads on there?
What's their ranking in education?
See, they're just fear mongering with the roads.
I don't see. I mean, I'm sure it does affect the roads. It says among other changes.
Keep it 100.
It is.
It says among other changes.
They do got to try something different. They have to try.
Well,
I'm keep it 100 in Louisiana. Y'all have to try something different.
Something different, bro.
You can't go by these grandfather laws no more. You got to try some.
Clearly, people are suffering there.
Well, some people say they're not. Probably, you know.
I mean, with the
Some
black people there,
Yeah, it says the amendment faced opposition from critics who argued it would disproportionately benefit benefit the wealthy while harming poor communities, working class communities, including cuts to education funding. That's why they didn't want it.
But remember, Josh Williams just said, funding, just funding a school doesn't really help so much. But if you pay a teacher more and you get more better teachers, I think that will help.
Hey, and I know why you know what? I just thought about this. I know why they might have done that. Y'all remember Baltimore? Baltimore had one of the highest paid cities in America, but had the lowest reading level.
Can we pull that up?
I don't know where that's at. But I know
they spent the most per student.
But then they had the worst reading level. So hey, let's look
I don't
at the
know.
facts here.
I definitely think Louisiana could benefit from some better education. So if you entice more educators to come to the state, I think that would benefit.
Yeah, people from out of state.
And if you start cracking down on the crime, we lived in Louisiana.
Crack down on the crime.
Right here.
Let's pay the teachers.
It says Baltimore City.
Oh my gosh, 22,000.
They spend 22,000 per student, one of the highest. But despite this, they struggle with low student performance.
Put in Louisiana,
and that's what's probably happening right here.
I bet Louisiana doesn't spend that much.
I bet they don't. But then they probably don't want to spend shit.
I remember my homie said they always spend bread on the prison system.
Yeah, they spend 16,000 per student.
Damn.
Let's look up
what Texas do.
That's what I was finna say.
I'd say maybe I don't know. That's a crazy stat though.
10,000.
Wow. Yeah, there it is right there.
Hold on. Well,
there's more people here.
Let's look up.
There's more people.
Hold on. That was Houston.
Put Tennessee.
Let's hold on. What's a great education state? What's the best? What's
Kansas.
Massachusetts?
It's
Boston.
New Jersey's up there.
Let's look Boston.
Minnesota.
I bet it's high probably.
Yeah, that's what
they're spending 31,000 per student.
Boston?
Yeah.
That's a
You
liberal
want
state.
cities though? Go state.
Okay. Well, we did Baltimore, so I was sticking with cities.
Go
no,
Nashville.
You're right.
Nashville's pretty red.
I was thinking about New Orleans.
Nashville, bottom 10. It doesn't say the amount. Oh, 10,000, approximately 10,000, 30% less than the average. But hey, they're educated there. So the money doesn't always.
Hell no. One more step. Look at one more city. Maybe two more. New Orleans and Memphis.
Hold on, let's look up
You a
Salt
whole
Lake
ass
City, Utah, and New Orleans.
Utah.
Yeah, but it probably
Utah.
It probably won't even.
But they don't got that much people there though.
But
So
it's
they don't
a
have to-
city. Second lowest spender.
Who? Utah?
Yes. 10,000.
Hey,
Spending more does not make more education.
It don't.
What you get a Chromebook so you can go on YouTube now, nigga?
No, I don't even think it's that. I think
I've been
people,
seeing TikTok
Nah, I
trends
ain't
where the
gonna
kids
lie.
destroy the
I'm not gonna
Chromebooks.
lie, bro.
Let's look at
This
New
might be
Orleans.
like one of the worst stats we might have ever pulled.
It is, bro.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
What?
This shit is.
Oh my gosh, 48,000.
New Orleans?
New Orleans spending 48,000 per student. and them niggas is smart out there, huh?
Look at, hold on, one more. Memphis.
Lord forgive me. Hold on. Lord forgive me.
Hey, nah, bro. We might have just debunked.
New Orleans spends
Every-
48,000.
Hold on, bro.
Oh,
Hold
it's
on,
because
bro.
the government doesn't, they don't help.
We
and-
might have
and
just
they oppress,
debunked-
the government oppress them.
Every-
No, they ain't got no daddies. That's the
Every
problem.
argument that I've heard from black people
Yeah,
that I was
bro.
actually arguing with my father about today.
Hold on, what's the most educated
Memphis is
school?
10,000.
But we know about numbers like that. They got all the
I'm gonna
private
say
schools and
lowest.
shit, though. Wow, bro. Wow.
What's the lowest?
Wow. Okay, I'm
Utah
sorry.
was the third
I don't want
lowest.
to keep going, but one more time. The Woodlands. Just see if that's a stat.
They said the lowest cost of student is Brownsville, Texas, Wichita Falls, Texas.
Hold on, look up the
That's in
Woodlands, bro,
Texas.
please,
Yeah,
right
that makes
quick, bro.
sense.
Because I was actually having an argument about that today. He said my dad was saying we had way more resources in the white neighborhood in the Woodlands than I did when I was in the hood.
Now they got way more daddies over there.
Well, I just say
He said, bro, you
education,
education, computers. I said,
the-
you know what, buddy?
the education probably was better.
The culture was better.
Yeah, it was the education.
He thought we didn't have computers at the nigga school. I said, brother, we didn't use the computers at the white school.
I don't see it. It doesn't have the.
oh, yeah, they probably. It's not really a.
11,000.
It is literally.
So in the Woods they spend 11,000, and the Woods spend 48,000.
Yeah,
Who
bro.
reading
I ain't
better?
gonna lie,
I
bro.
want to
Hold on,
know why
but
they're
it-
spending so much in New
Put
Orleans.
Ann Arbor, Michigan. They said this is the highest rated school ever
Bro,
for education.
Niggas,
Man,
I'm
that's
sorry,
what
guys.
Michigan-
Black people,
You Mitches.
they are using racism as a complete
15,000.
cop-out. It is a complete
Let's look up Flint.
cop out. It's a complete cop out.
We know what it is, bruh.
Like when they don't want to be, they don't get as successful as they want to be. That's where they go. Racism. It is a complete cop out.
Duh.
That shit is insane. It's crazy. I was arguing that today. That is insanity, bro.
Yeah, that just
You can't make this shit up, guys.
Detroit, 21,000.
not that high.
That's
What?
pretty high. Compared to-
21,000 compared to the Woodlands where they're getting 11,000,
Yeah.
bro.
We just debunked it, bro.
Until 48,000,
It's not the
2,000.
government. It is the home. It is the home. It is the home. DI ain't help. Paying more for a student ain't help. You know what helps? Fathers help.
Well,
I
caring
have to
parents.
concur. I think a 2-parent home, just having that structure can do a lot for you.
I'm done, bro. I'm done, bro. I'm done.
Hold on, I got one more. Put Atlanta, Georgia.
No, bro.
Atlanta.
He said Detroit. He said Detroit.
Atlanta, Georgia.
New Orleans is doing $40,000.
That shit is crazy.
I'm ending the video, y'all. I swear to God, bro.
Atlanta, 22,000.
I don't want to hear
Oh,
nothing
shit.
no more, guys.
Chicago. Let me see Chicago.
Last one. Chirac. But you know, there's a lot of white people out there too.
Shit.
19,000.
And their communities are nice out there. It's
Some.
not niggas like that.
Debunked, y'all.
Chicago,
We
beautiful.
debunk shit on this channel.
But
Lord
then I got
forgive me,
overall.
but it's because it's nothing to do with the government. The government is doing the best that they can for y'all. Josh Williams told us. I'm sorry, y'all.
Bro, I'm going, bro. Actually, no, bro. I don't even want to record.
It's the stat we learned last time.
Nah, bro. I don't